there is no title. I will put the title on later on. But yeah, this is gonna be awesome. So basically, I've been doing I'm watching cricket too, but maybe I'll change cricket channel, get something nice like a music or something. Thunder, feel the thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning. Scammers and people that tap into YouTube to steal your data, to steal your information, to actually, sometimes scammers will read the description of the video, the title of the video, and then they will put like bad energy into the YouTube systems, like hacking systems, right? So I am a struggling entrepreneur. I'm just building a new business. Let me, yeah, I'll have some wahine. Yeah, cricket wahine. No, it's your turn. Yeah, it's your turn. We'll work with Freya. I listen to her all the time. She's good. Yeah, I love this girl Freya Ray. I like her because she's very consistent. Like no matter how she's feeling, she's always just channeling. So guys, this is the part four. One, two, three. Part three of YouTube video oppression series that we're doing. Like we're doing a clarity series on YouTube around the matter of money, and the name of the series is Money 4D. Okay, Money 4D means we're talking about living a pressure and struggle free life around money, and we are doing all the work, all the talks, just the talks, to be able to bring you guys the clarity around this subject of money. So in the first one, we were covering the video. Previous video was about governance. Don't want to burn my face, burn my mouth with hot water. So guys, basically we in the previous video we covered, like how money is not a real concept. It's just a kind of a, it's not really a real concept. It's just a made up concept, which is pretty much like this spoon. So if I don't have struggle picking this spoon up and just stirring my water bottle, when you have a clear understanding of the subject of money, concept of money, you will be like this. Like, you should be able to, anytime you talk about money, anytime the concept around money comes up, it should be like money. This should also be like money. It all should be money. So when you are free around money, when you're liberated, when you have actually resolved all your struggles around money, like spiritual issues, emotional issues, and practical functional issues, when you have resolved all those issues around money. um, hey Joel, thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, kira afano. So when you have resolved all the struggles around money, right? The experience, when the subject of money comes, experience, the word of money, experience should be very, very natural, which natural is like literally drinking water. But how do we experience that in life? We we experience, like, so you say, many people say, oh, I don't have any problem with money. But if you really ask yourself, we money, the subject of money, the concept of money, it brings a lot of bad emotions sometimes. So we are not covering about spiritual or practical, we are covering the energy aspect of it. So energy aspect of money is mind. So what is energy? Energy is the planet, right? Planet earth. And earth realm, or say energy, it's all mind. Okay, so mind, matter, right? So energy is matter, and matter is what makes our mind, right? So mind is something that we can't see, right? Psychology is something we can't see, but it's a real concept, right? So whatever we see outside, it's our mind basically, right? So if I jug if I'm I have this water kettle, or it's this water bottle, right? And it's this spoon, right? It was already created in my mind, before I see it here, right? This accommodation, it was already created in my mind, in my unconscious mind or my conscious mind, somewhere where I'm living now, right? It was already created. So now I just see it outside, but it was already there in my subconscious mind. So, for example, success, it's already, if you will be successful, it's already there in your subconscious before you see it. And that's mind. So, so what is mind? Mind is basically our experience of life from the day one on planet until now. Whatever you see outside yourself, it's created by your mind, because this is what was put into your mind. So if good stuff was put into your mind around money, then you would have a good life around money now. And if it was bad stuff that you had put into money, then you would have a bad life around money, or bad kind of. Hi Joel, thank you for that, brother. Then you will have a bad experience of money. So we talked about good experience of money, bad experience of money. So when you have no pressure, which is freedom, right? Around the concept of money, that's natural human experience. When you have any pressure that creates any emotion, so we are only talking about emotions around money. So emotions of anxiety, aggression, struggle, really, if we are really putting an effort into make money, right? Then that's not natural experience of money. So money is a made up a concept. It's a logistics, it's a deliverable, for getting, really moving things up, right? So if you want to go into details, please watch the previous video of this series, Money 4D, episode 2, Governance. This is episode 3. So that's what we are discussing in this one. So bad experience around money, this is about system, right? So the world is governed by a system, right? So there is a system that's free system, and there is a system which is a tight system, a controlled system. So we only going to take one example: the control system, the unhealthy system, uh, the system that creates all the struggles around money, right? If this system was not existing, there would be no struggle around money in our lives, okay? And this system is a system of colonization, right? Colonization. So if we overhaul the whole idea of colonization, how colonization starts and how it is like applied, so how the concept of colonization starts in the mind of someone, that I'm going to go and take over, and then how takeover happens, and then how that takeover is sustained, right? Takeover happens, take takeover idea, the colonization idea comes into the mind, and then that gets the manifestation, and the process of taking over happens, and then after that there is a process that is to sustain colonization in any given situation. But colonization is just a word. For me, it's just an oppression, right? Doing something by creating some sort of pressure, right? And it's very deep. The rabbit hole goes very deep. Really nice work. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. So guys, anytime you feel like the vibe is good and all that stuff, I would love to have some subscriptions. I'm chasing 500 subscriptions on YouTube to be able to get qualified, and get some rewards and get some treats for my work from YouTube. So colonization is nothing. It's just a word, right? But the phenomena behind it is pressure. So pressure. So putting pressure on people around the concept of money, right? So I will be sharing my experiences, right? So pressure around money is nothing. It's general life pressure. If you, from the day one on planet, till now, if you are experiencing courage, acceptance, and peace most of the time, right? That means there is no concept around money. There is no bad life. There's only good life. And if there is good life, uh, money can be a part of it. A lot of money or less money can be a part of it, as long as your experience is good in life, right? So that's what we're discussing in this one. I'm gonna keep doing the thinking. So we talked about colonization. So colonization is basically is the system. So system, the title of this video is system of pressuring things on something, right? And then uh, using something for their advantage, right? So putting pressure on someone to get the best or worst out of them, to have someone react in certain way. So I put a pressure, like this is kind of a, it's a cause and effect, right? So I am sharing this, and this is putting either pressure, or I am either sending you good energy or bad energy to get something out of you. So if, like, you receive this information from the heart, then you give me the like, it means I am attracting you in a healthy way. But if you get thrown off, that means you're feeling the pressure and you're getting thrown off, right? So it's the architecture of colonization is to basically um, take over something and use it to their advantage. And when the advantage is done, then to make sure to just keep things in different compartments, and then and not really caring for people. It's a system of discrimination. It's a system of treating one better over the other one, right? So if taking an example of New Zealand, so New Zealand is a colonized country, right? So you have white community, you have Maori community, you have other communities. Community means social groups, right? So you have Indian community social groups, you have white Pakia community social groups, and um, you have, like, Asians, you have refugees, you have all sorts of people in New Zealand, right? The country was colonized, and it's governed primarily by a system which is a colonized system. Things are the system has good and bad in it, right? But we're moving towards that, freedom, the cultural freedom, collaboration, rainbow country. New Zealand is moving towards that. New Zealand, Aotearoa, is moving towards that now, right? So colonization is nothing but taking ownership of someone without a healthy consent, or say when without a proper good experience, right? So for example, my father, if he thinks I'm his property, right, and he can use me, abuse me, and then look down upon me, and like kind of really disrespect me, and that's an act of like a putting pressure. It's an act of oppression. It's an act of bullying, right? So so you have governance, right, which is a system that governs the country, and then you have a system of pressure that is put on masses, right? Pressure is put on masses from the day one, through the conditioning, right? Through the conditioning. So my example, and conditioning of whose? A conditioning of freedom. So keep humans tied to an agenda, to an objective, to a pattern, like sheeps, right? So keep them tied like sheeps to be able to um, run the world to their benefit, to someone's benefit, right? So a kid will grow up to be conditioned to only have a job, right, all his life. And a businessman, right, would be conditioned to only make $1 million. But both ways are not, they're healthy and not healthy as well. So if a businessman is already chasing the money and he has no well-being, nobody cares, he's alone hustling hard and all that stuff, and there is no care, that's not a natural life of experience. That is not a natural experience of life. It's a conditioned experience. It's learned behavior. It's a oppression based experience of life, right? And same with the job. By the age of 18 or 20, when you got out of the college, somebody gets out of the college, and they already have pressure of the student loans, and then there's a big life of work, going to job, and just getting stuck to that system without proper enjoyment along the way, without proper fulfillment, without proper mojo. That's again an oppression based system, right? So anytime anybody on the planet, while they're doing their job or their business or their family or their personal life or their professional life, when they are experiencing any negative emotions like egg flap, apathy, grief, fear, lust, anger, pride, those kind of emotions, when they're experiencing that kind of stuff, it means they have struggle around money, which is a struggle of overall human life experience. So colonization is a way of actually starting, which is a very, very modern way of actually keeping people tied up to that kind of structure where there is a constant struggle around the concept of money, right? So colonization and the system of colonization, I'll use it as a example. Yeah, 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 Malika. Malika Hakimi. Malika, where are you from? Hello. And what is TUI means? I don't know. So, guys, I'm also doing listening to a lady who I listen to every day, and she inspires me to do the videos because she's very consistent. Consistent. You can follow her channel, Freya Ray. Another one is Jadina, Jhadina, Jadina. Jukebox. Okay, okay. What country? Like, are you in New Zealand or America or India or Alitiago Saint 208? Hi, hi, Alitiago Saint 208. Hello, good evening. Kia ora, kia ora. So, guys, we are talking about struggle, pressure around money. We are talking about pressure around money. So, we already, it's a YouTube series, and I've already done a couple of videos on this, right? Um, so last one was governance, how the world is governed, the money is governed in the world, and now there is a system. System is a system of money, right? A system that runs the whole world, right? A system that runs the world, a system that controls the whole world, how the money flow happens, right? How the money flow happens. So thank you so much. That's pretty much it. So we're going to talk about this system of any system that distributes the money, right? So what system distributes the money is mostly in a country, there is a governing authority that governs the distribution of money through jobs, through businesses, through social development, moves the money. A system is used to move the money here and there, right? um, and then people in the business, they have jobs and they have businesses. They are trying to make, they're trying to live their life, and they want to generate money and bank. Yes, 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 Malika. So whenever you are in a job or in a business and you're not having good experience, right? It is because there is somebody who is generating or creating that bad experience for you, right? Somebody's creating that bad experience for you, and mostly it's the unhealthy bad people that do it. One example is scammers. Another example is, just unhealthy people like misogynist men, like toxic people, like everybody, right? So in society at large, like, what is a job, what is a business? It's a part of being a part of being a social group. Yeah, yeah. So part of being in a social group, when you go for work, it's a social group. When you are a part of a business group, it's a social group. So in the social group, when you have any experiences, it will most likely be because you feel bad, and that bad feeling would be coming across through a certain behavior of someone, right? um, and that's colonization is about. So I'm going to give you a very practical example of my life, and I'm going to give you a practical example of many other people that are struggling in life, not getting what they should be provided. Human rights, liberation, change. So if you're given what you need, you will have good experience. If you're not given by what you need by the system through XYZ reasons, then that means you are facing an issue of money. So if somebody is like a governor of a country and he talks about rugby all day long, it means there's an unfair system of distribution, right? So everybody should be equally working hard, and getting paid equally too, right? and especially people that are on the ground, construction workers, cleaners, laborers, they should be getting paid more than someone who sits on the chair as a minister of justice and does nothing. And I believe nobody should be working anyways more than 20 hours, 20 25 hours, because we've already built a good world, right? So system, unhealthy system, control, system of control, how it creates all sorts of negative experiences for the masses that are in workforce, right? That are engaging in life, in the matters of money, in the concept of money, right? So that's what we're gonna cover in the next one, through so many practical stories, practical experiences. Um, we will be covering all that stuff. So this was system, and next one would be, we'll start sharing stories and stuff, like how the system works things out, how racism work, how colonization work, how people are treated unfairly, um, which is not a good experience for people in life, and so on and so forth. So I'll see you in the next one.